Well, I have the threatening that my hair is deceased in the threatening, but I still make chili with tomato paste. Instead of that, the chili mix is just add water. I know you can add other things like carrots if you want to, fresh, anything, but I make the soup mixes according to the instructions, and I don't have extra counter space in the kitchen for like preparing any extra food that I'm happy about. Right now, I'm not happy. I don't want to do anything extra for itself. I just eat for hunger, and that is fulfilling. Okay, I need this to wait. It is still very hot. So I would like to talk about myself deceased again. I would like to say that I am close to myself deceased in the threatening. And when I come to myself deceased in the threatening, I will no longer be formed. In all the videos, you are placing comments on so carefully, and I may receive notification of a comment or not. I made a video of myself before I began preparing this chili, bowl of chili that I have here. And the video uh, stopped by that the phone turned itself off. And so I plugged it in to the charger here. And that is how much the battery is charged now. I chefed this food without counting the minutes, 25 minutes from a starting time. Count forward 25 minutes and then save the food and eat it because no one else will do anything about the food itself. They won't do anything for that. I am going to eat it. Is that true for everyone? How does anyone get served food by somebody else? You don't have a regular need for food. Is that how you get served at all? You don't have a regular need for food. If someone stops serving you, what do you do? When they stop, right? A restaurant must never stop service. A restaurant must serve people until it runs out of food and the staff leave. If new staff can bring in new food, they can be there. I am the soul of superior founder deceased. You are not allowed to use money to pay for food in the restaurant. And you are not allowed to eat the food in the restaurant is why the money is being counted and charged and counted again. The food is there because you owe it out to God. It's not there for you to put it in your mouth and make it get lost. I am thinking, my mind is wandering to other soup mixes that are here that I can have, and that I have more darn good chili mix from Country Kitchen, Bear Creek Country Kitchen. But I don't have enough tomato paste for the soup mix that I have. You say, oh well, and you don't care. And God would know that about you. Do you say, oh well, there's nothing you can do and you don't care? Yes, but I care. I have the bags of soup mix and I don't have the tomato paste. And I want to make more another time. And I have to wait until I can order more tomato paste. I don't have it. I care right here, right now. When you see a wealthy person on TV, like who is a famous wealthy person on TV? How about Dr. Phil, psychologist, who made thousands of episodes of the Dr. Phil show with in and out of strangers crying to Dr. Phil about their personal problems? And Dr. Phil is not in prison for every one of those problems. And he did not put thousands of psychiatrists like himself or psychologists like himself into prisons with those people because they cry. They're in public crying. And they are eating the food supply to cope with their pain, and the food cannot help them. The food supplier, God above, did put them in their pain with that they know not what they do. Jesus' crucifixion. Forgive them, Father, for they know what not they do. I have to say it another way. Jesus Christ crucifixion. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do, said Jesus. So what does Dr. Phil show of a handful of guests every day? and he can go to jail and prison with his guests on his first day of the show and have another psychologist after himself do the same thing the next day. Is he waiting for Donna? I know, but he is himself in a penis. Donna doesn't have a penis. How are you going to explain that you are waiting for the first and alive to go to jail and prison and haul you all off into prison? If she didn't haul you out into public, she cannot haul you off into prison. You need to go to prison on the point that you're a psychologist and you see somebody cry and you go to prison. If I am not for myself, who will be for me? I know I don't believe you people, but who will be for yourself if you are not for yourself? Why aren't you? I don't believe you. I don't know you. That's inside of the prison in the threatening. Why aren't you just going to prison, like instead of going out to a parking lot and getting into a car? Why aren't you just going to prison the way you go to a parking lot and get into a car? John Ellis, you belong in prison. Ever, whenever, for all the reasons. So you don't know who I am. Do you want me in prison? Well, you don't know who I am. It doesn't matter. I can go to prison and stop talking about other people being in prison. Like I am a hypocrite, I am not in prison right now. Is that what you want to say to me about myself? Is that why you want to talk to me about myself? If you don't like it, why aren't you in prison? If you are going to say something to somebody who's not yourself, why aren't you in prison? That's you trying to supervise my genitals. Am I supervising your genitals? I alive that you alive yourself illegally with my genitals. Do you alive my genitals? What did you alive about my genitals? You don't know. I'm done. Anyone want to turn the camera off because I'm done? Well, since nobody turned the camera off for me because I'm done, I guess I'll just leave it on until I run out the battery again. What happens when black people eat food? I would like to change the community guidelines. I would like to change the community guidelines for everyone who uses the internet from the years 1994 through the year 2025 and onwards, if onwards. I would like for everyone who wants to post something on the internet to go to the nearest city or county zoo and apply to be a zookeeper